Is there an echo in here?
I don't know. Is there? Is there?
Is there? Let's find out. Bit of Ancient to start the day. It's how we finished off last night. And the Astralis, they look damn good on this map. Magisk.
Sorry, was it damn good or was it damn good, man?
You know, it gets the people going,
It gets the people going.
So let's see if they can bring that same level.
Dual Berettas, Hugo,
All right.
on Dupree. Dupree of all people, with dual Berettas. There is an echo in here, isn't there?
Yeah, let's just stop talking. Let the action speak for itself. It's a fast one for ENCE. They're going right into this B site. Cave control is all theirs. Smoke going to come down for Glaive, and they might have to just dive through. Is there a flash to get them through? No, they just jump over Glaive with one bomb drop. Dupree kills his teammate. It's all a mess. 3-on-2 now. Bomb getting planted back for the ramp. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, you know, dual Berettas, they're interesting choice, and yeah, Dupree just wrecks Glaive there in that one. Now it's left on to Magisk and Bubsky in a 2-on-3. Oh my word, they're losing players. It's just Bubsky, and he walks into that crossfire. That's him deleted. Hence, they grab themselves the pistol, and they hit the ground running here to open up Ancient.
Yeah, I mean, nice BX sec. It got a bit scary. Astralis had numbers there. They had smokes down. ENCE had to jump through. I certainly think that team kill helps ENCE out in a big way. Glaive just pushed out of his position in the bomb site. And not what they had going to plan. Maybe the dual Beretta's sidelined for the future, Harry, and I'm not against it. You know, every pro says, like, yeah, you know, in practice works so well. Again, still maybe once every 10 times we see Julies. I feel like they are worthwhile.
Are you really going to come out here with the anti-dual Beretta
I am
rhetoric?
full anti-Julies, and I will never be changed in my ways. Dupree, evil though, this is a little bit better, and he's got a gap in the smoke, spamming with it, taking down one, but D hit the trade. Scouts still picking up damage. 3-on-4, this is a weird one. ENCE trapped out by smokes, they're waiting for the fade, and Hades takes down Glaive. No more utility left up for ENCE to cut out Astralis from this bomb site. They've got to fight for it.
Yeah, there's this scout unlucky back in CT. He's got a very, very long angle into the site, right? And with no smoke down to cover this this position, he could get some chip damage off with this scout. And, you know, with two of these players already tagged up, there it is, delivering. Hades caught in it, trying to cross. And this is why the A bomb site can get very, very awkward, right? When the smokes are down, it feels quite nice. But the moment they fade, getting a plant is one of the most tricky things out there. The thing that's really going to hurt you here is that you don't have anyone to flush out this cube player. Normally, right, if you're playing into the A site, you like to have a little bit of a mid-lurk coming in to apply pressure to someone like Bubsky and cube. It's made it impossible for ENCE to even plant the bomb, and so they're having to look for kills. So far, every one of those challenges has come up in favor of Astralis, and this round, well, it might be the 4-spy victory for them. Spinks is doing everything he can. But with only 10 seconds left, our boy's running out of time. He's going to tap that bomb. There's the bait peek from Cube. Does deal with Bubsky, but the late swing from Magisk is enough to lock it in. And Astralis, they steal that round away. And that really does show, you know, the problem with all-inning the A-bomb site. If you don't find success right away, if everyone's coming through main and you don't get the bomb down while those smokes are up, you're in a world of hurt.
And you get in that weird limbo where it's like, okay, now I just can't plant. Now I've just got to keep faking the bomb. And even when you do so, you can get peeked from so many angles, right? Not only the weird little glimmers in Temple, but that donut position is so hard to get through. Magisk, he looked like a beast on this map yesterday. I'm really happy to see him already starting strong again. He was often pushing up towards that B-bomb site, taking lane on the CT side. Won't have to do so yet. It's more A control for ENCE, and well, how much control can they really show? Running out of main, Bubsky behind the boxes. He's got the first. Smokes are down, but they're not stopping Astralis from laying waste to ENCE in this round. Good dig for Doto, but still, they shouldn't get out of control. This shouldn't be an ENCE round, and Magisk will make sure that is the case. Lucky moving in off a Temple, another dig for Doto, but it's falling on dead ears as Astralis steal away their second.
Yeah, so when we think back to, you know, Astralis and what we saw out of them yesterday, I think there were a few things worth talking about. I think, you know, when we look at that series, there were two pretty clear heroes in my eyes from like the Astralis of old, right? I think Glaive had a really good time yesterday, especially looking back to Inferno. I think he was instrumental to the success of that map. And then Magisk, if you remember how he ended Ancient, bro. Do you remember what this guy was doing? It was like,
yeah.
I was reading comments. People were saying it was so funny. It was like everyone else was listening to Glaive and like playing the classic Astralis style, and Magisk is just like muting his headset. You know, like Spotify's open, he's just jamming, running around the place. Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah. So
it was a delight.
Really, really nice to see. And the one kind of name that we've missed out from this list would obviously be Lucky. So Hugo, what were your takeaways from this guy from getting to witness him yesterday?
Yeah, he looked good, right? Like, again, you got to keep in mind, you got to temper your expectations. Like, everyone's looking at this team of Astralis and going, oh, Device, big boots to fill. But at the end of the day, it's a different Astralis. It's not the same. Zip's out, Bubsky's in. And you got to keep in mind, they're not really playing around the AWP in the same way anymore. And that's a good change, right? You don't want to put all that pressure on Lucky. Like, yeah, mate, you need to be worth $1 million and you need to do it immediately. So he looked good, man. I was happy.
To be fair, S-Tag was able to do that, right?
Yeah, true, yeah. It went well for him, man. Look at that. Big bucks on the line. But yeah, Lucky looked good. He had a couple of clutches. He had 2 1v1s on Dust, a map they lost. He had a big 1v2 on Inferno. They picked up that map. And he hit the shots he needed to. I don't think you could be disappointed with Lucky unless you were expecting Device, in which case you're already wrong.
Yeah. No, I think that's a very good way of looking at it. And I think something else that was very, very important was Lucky had a pretty abysmal start to this series over on Dust.
Yeah, for sure.
It was
hard to get back in.
It was really, really slow. And then he was able to, you know, build back up across the rest of the series. And it got to the point where he was winning them clutches, you know, towards the end of Dust. He had those back-to-back clutch rounds over on Inferno, much of the same. When we got him onto Ancient, it felt like, you know, we finally had him like fully warmed up and we were getting a lot more out of the guy. So I think, you know, it's the tip of the iceberg right now. I don't think, you know, Lucky, I don't think he came in and like delivered his best right out of the gate in terms of,
give him time.
You know, some players make their debut at the top level and you just go, wow, and they almost give you like one of their best performances from the get-go, and then maybe they drop off a bit, right? They lose that like honeymoon stage. Other players have to build into it, and Lucky's looking like that type of play.
I think the comparison to S-Tag is nice though, even though the roles are very different, right? Because it's like when S-Tag came into this team and we saw them in 2020 in that online era, it felt like Astralis were, you know, playing around S-Tag to a large degree. They were putting him in nice roles. They were, you know, they were setting him up. And he was succeeding as a result. Now, it's not the same here where it's like, yeah, Lucky, go kill 4. But at the same time, I feel like, you know, because of that, it's less pressure on Lucky. You know, you've got Magisk performing, you've got Glaive making the reads. I like this Astralis roster, and I can't wait to see them develop over this season of Pro League. I think they're in a decent group. They should be getting out of this one, safe to say, right? Keep in mind, Heroic, Vitality, ENCE, Spirit, Bad News, Bears. For the Bears, okay, yeah, sure, slow start to the tournament. Did you expect anything else? Let's be realistic.
I'm so sad.
I know, me too, but it's
I love those boys, man. I really do.
I hate seeing them lose, but I hope they can keep grinding, man. I hope they can pick up some prac in Europe and get a lot better. I've been, you know, reading John G's tweets and seeing about how he talks about, you know, it's like getting a Scrim versus Liquid is like winning the lottery. No surprise, NA teams in Europe are struggling. Like, welcome.
I really hope that one day, man, just John G DMs me something, even just a hello. I just want that. I just want
John G stan.
I am a John G stan, really. At the end of the day, like,
I can't blame you.
Hand on my heart, yeah. I stand John G.
Yeah, no, I was watching a stream the other night, and he was very happy that there were 4 EU FPL games going at the same time, and he was freaking out over that because obviously in NA, you know, it's a lot more dead over in that region in terms of pro play.
So there was something else, Hugo. This is like this is a real topic change here.
Okay,
but I got spammed across all the social medias by this one interesting figure, shall we say. And he was saying, like, I have it on good authority that we all hate this pause music. Now that's a load of shit. Let's be real. I love the pause music, and I know you guys love the pause music as well. It lets us get really emotional with one another. There's not much else like it. I find myself looking forward to the pauses more than like an eco round, hands down. I love this little time.
I'm not going to agree with that. I'm not going to go that far. I'd much rather watch the gameplay rather than sit
Maybe
here,
I did take it a little too far.
But no, well, Harry, that's why you don't give the attention to the people, the naysayers. You know, you don't give them the attention. That's what they want at the end of the day.
What's the most attention you've ever had, Hugo?
I've casted a couple of seasons of Pro League, Harry. We've had a few people in here before. We've had a few chatters, a few viewers.
So the most attention I think I've ever had in a public setting was I was on a plane.
All right. Where's this
and
going?
I dropped my phone into...
the toilet?
No, because if it was into the toilet, I think it was screwed. I don't
well,
know if
I've
there's
seen
any
you drop
getting
your phone
that
into the
back.
toilet twice. Well, I've not seen it. I wasn't in the toilet, but you have.
You were actually in the bowl watching it from like up to like scuba gear
How else
on.
do you get free phones?
Yeah. No, in the bathroom. I was in the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
And my phone fell into like the bin thing, and oh my god, bro, it was.
You know
was
how
a
those
whole
bins
ordeal.
in airplane toilets are like, you know, you have to like wrench
Everyone
open
on the
this
plane
lever,
was like watching, and it was so intense.
Did you get your phone back?
I did, but also I had to rummage through a bin from an airplane toilet.
Nice.
Luckily enough, this was in the before times, shall we say, and so, you know, even though it was disgusting, it was not maybe as dangerous as it would be now.
That's a fair point. Yeah, you know, you've dropped your phone in the toilet in Leicester when we were doing a season of Pro League. You've dropped your phone in the toilet in Russia. I don't know how.
Russia was the worst one.
I had to wake you up every day.
Yeah, you
I was
did.
like your personal alarm
It was
clock.
actually really nice, I'll be honest. Like, because the alarm psychs me out. I don't know if anyone else is the same, but like at least I do. I pick a very grating sound because
doesn't work.
I want it to actually wake me up. Like I tried having the nice like birds chirping, whales
the ESL
singing,
Pro League music,
you know, like and none of that worked. So instead, I have like a noise, and it's horrible. Whereas Hugo coming in every day, holding like a little plate of breakfast, shaking me up, saying, "Honey, come on, it's time for work." that was incredible.
Yeah, well, you've got the premium package, Harry. Others usually have to pay for that, but you're a special kind of guy. I don't know what's going on right now, guys. Sorry for the pause.
This is actually me and Hugo pausing this.
Yeah. Casters, we did stop the game. This is all up to us. We actually don't want the fourth round being played. Not yet.
Yeah, well, because we decided that, you know, y'all would want to hear this.
Yeah, it's an important discussion. We've got ping issues on a player, so maybe a quick reconnect, maybe a VPN launch, whatever it is. We want everyone to be in top shape, Harry, top form. We don't want any excuses for a game like this. And hell, I don't think we have time for excuses. This is going to be exciting. It's an early start for Astralis, but ENCE have leaned into this map very often as of late, winning it over teams like NIP, winning it over Mouse Sports as well. Okay, yeah, sure, this map is new. These were pre-player break, you know, and no one's perfected this map as of yet. But now that we've had this player break, I certainly think we're going to see a better level on Ancient. And that was already the case yesterday with Astralis. They just tore Spirit a new one on this map. And so, yeah. ENCE, are they up for the job?
Yeah, and I've heard if everyone, and it only works if everyone does it, if everyone says casters stop talk start game at the same time, I actually hear that's like, you know when you jump start a car, that's like the equivalent. So
oh, what have you done?
Let's see if we can do that. Let's see if we can get the game started. It's really all in your hands at this point. Like, come on there. Twitch chat's meant to have the magic. Astralis looked sick on this map yesterday, though. I think it's pretty interesting that ENCE picked into it, right? I think it shows that they've got confidence. They've got confidence in themselves, right? And that's good, but I also think that like it could be a bit of a risk in the sense of, you know, if you lose this one, Astralis moving on to their map pick, ooh, then you're staring down the barrel of a 2-0. It always gets me a little bit nervous, but I like the confidence approach from ENCE. And they're like, look, man, we love a bit of Ancient. Astralis, yeah, they looked all right on it last night, but they only beat Team Spirit. Come on, boys, we can do this. At the end
of the day, like, even if a team looks good on this map in the Pro League, I don't think that's a reason to not pick into it, because in terms of inexperience and the like, right? Like, you know, Astralis, everyone on Astralis knows what they're doing on a Dust, on a Nuke, on an Inferno. So, you know, this is a new one. This is where things will get confusing. Things will, you know, people will be caught off guard by surprise. And so I imagine ENCE have got some exciting executes to show us in this T side. But right now, folks, we are just still waiting. And we're going to be throwing things over to a break while we wait for ping issues to get resolved. Don't you worry, we'll be back very briefly.
We promise.
Did you miss us? Because we're back, baby. It's
I don't think
round
anyone
4.
did. Right, look at this. Yeah, look, we're back in. We're all about the Counter-Strike. That's why we're here. And look at this. ENCE, they come off the back of a little pausey-warsy, and they come in with a bunch of big kills on this force by Hugo. Oh, my word. How have they managed this? The Deagle raining out with the double, and now these players having armed themselves a little bit as well.
Oh,
just Magisk and Dupree to try and see this through, and look at Magisk. All right.
Fired at a dead body. Scared a little bit. Hades pushed back in main, and he's going to hit his shot. Magisk can't finish off Spinks, and it's somehow an ENCE win with the pistols. They come in with barely anything to that round, and they still force back in, charge middle, and look at the results. They speak for themselves, 2-2. And already throwing a spanner in the works, that might force the buy from Astralis. The wars have only just begun.
Yeah, let's get it right. You got a couple of M4s still in play. You got the little Deagles out for Lucky and Glaive. Main control taken by Snappy, just running it fast with the smoke down in cave and taking all this real estate here. ENCE, this is looking like they maybe just want to do an all-in B commitment. They don't have any real estate anywhere else on the map. So going back, that's not really something you can be afforded here. Want to just commit and follow through on this one. Magisk is dead, and Glaive can't find a thing with his Deagle. The rotations have been called for, but ENCE are already here, knocking on the door of this B-bomb site. Now getting that bomb down. A 4-on-3 post plant. It's looking good for the ENCE squad.
It's weird, though. Over the top, he finds Diha. Dupree knocked off, though, by Hades, and in the Deagle does catch him in the corner. 2-on-2, no kit for this retake, not yet. And ENCE, they're going to try and go through the smoke, perhaps. Lucky just clearing corners alongside Bubsky. Grabbed a gun, Spam comes through, jumping everything they can to get this guy off the bomb, and they need to 10-second stick. Bubsky needs both kills on the cover. Defuse is happening, and Bubsky won, and Lucky gets off it. I don't know if there's time now. He had to. He was going to die, but it's going to be very, very close. Oh, my. But not close enough.
Oh, that is devastating, man.
Yeah, he had to get off. He really did. He was going to die. He was down to 20. He was getting chased, but really nice try for Astralis. We talked about this a bit yesterday in that Spirit game, right? The difficulty of holding this B-bomb site when you are up against like a real execute, long smoke, short smoke, corner molly, and all these flashes. There's not really many spots to play but the pillar and the cave, and you can always get split from cave. So yeah, we're seeing more teams lean towards retakes on this site. And that was a very close one. A kit would have made all the difference there. That would have been a 1 round, but obviously Astralis did not have the money.
Ooh, and Astralis, you know, they're fairly keen to capitalize on just how close that was. They forced up again in this round now. The only guy saving money is Lucky. That's to try and bring the AWP out. Yeah, that's the only issue here, right? It's like you've done a lot of damage in that last round. You got out with the gun as well on Bubsky, but ENCE have still come in with the full investment. And so really, you know, this could see you put on the back foot in a pretty big way if you don't find success here on the Astralis side.
Yeah, ENCE are in no hurry. They find this kill in main. They know they've got that real estate with Doto cowering in the corner. And the more time that goes on, the more questions Astralis ask.
They're going back in for this A execute again, right? And you remember what happened when they did this earlier on in the game, right? It grinds to an awkward halt with a nade kill coming in and Snappy on the receiving end of that. ENCE are trying to clear this site, but they can't really clear it. There's so many smokes down. It's like a wall of smoke cutting the site in two, and it's very, very awkward. You need to flush out these players and try to get that bomb planted. And so really, the bomb plant coming in from Spinks, I think that's just saved the day. That has just alleviated any worries that I had. Magisk will take out one, but Hades, look at him. He's playing the trigger discipline. He's trying to milk this for all it's worth. There's the double for Hades, and just Dupree. He's sent packing. He's got to get out of there. ENCE are on to 4.
It seemed like they weren't really aware. Now, Bubsky did get headshot with that AK. That was really unlucky. Hades jumped into temple, and so because he's headshot, he doesn't get a death cam, right? It's just fade to black really quick. And that's a shame because Hades just runs through temple, and it felt like Astralis were not even aware of that possibility. No one considering it. I mean, they had their eyes on the prize there with the bomb plant down. And as you said, Spinks getting that in, that's everything for ENCE. Going for the J-Res plant again wide as they can be. Dodging the donut. That was what let them down last time they tried to plant on A, right, with Magis coming late out from that position. This time, look at this kill from Hades. I don't know how he got this one. Just jumping, headshot, running, and then double up to close the round. Lovely stuff. This guy's a real talent. He's been all the talk of the town as of late.
I mean, back in, the Whistler Krakow squad, he was one of the go-to names. Obviously, as well, I think it's pretty interesting, right? Like with the presence of D here, now you've got like the two poles together. Oh, nice beautiful shot. Opener, Dota. Yeah. Beautiful.
And, this is a pretty normal strat. You might have tried it in your pugs on the eco, just full mid, just everyone. Now, ENCE are still running this XX, so Astralis can catch a timing where they peek over this boost. But, lovely shot. I was going to say they should find nothing. That's a last-second frag from Magis. Will it amount to anything, though? Snappy's low. Hades is getting rid of the bodies already. Glaive does find Snappy, but retaking here, you just don't have the weaponry. And again, it is going to be the biggest problem here. Another frag for Diha, and ENCE making quick work of this eco. I've got to say, it's a good eco for Astralis. They're keeping ENCE occupied. They've got a couple of kills, but that should be the beginning and the end of the round. Bubsky looking to take one with him. Get another AK, perhaps. They're just not offering up. Locked in now, waiting for the recommit, and there it is. ENCE up 5-2. Fair play to ENCE, mate. The Force by Wars came out. It looked like Astralis were going to start stealing things away. Then we had that round 4 mid push after the pause, and ENCE have been running away with the game ever since.
Yeah, I mean, you can see why they were confident to pick into this, right?
Even despite yesterday, which is, even more impressive.
Something I will say, though, this kind of comes with like a bit of a caveat in that it's been, those Force by Wars to open up in Astralis. They were very, very keen to keep the Force buys coming in.
Nice.
This is their first buy with all the bells and whistles in the sense that you've got the AWP on Lucky, you've got utility to play with as well. Already, that AWP has found an opener, but Doto has kept it in a 4-on-4 with that frag there onto Glaive. And that's also going to entice ENCE into this B site. Doto has actually just opened up this entire side of the map alone. The bomb has only just got to the double doors. Everyone else is like, oh, wait, we're in B? All right.
No, they have no idea. Doto's going to catch Dupree. Oh, dear. He thought he'd still be aware. Dupree double back to check long. He knew about the chance of this player being pushed in deep, but can he do anything about it? Open plant, Dupree, a little late, waiting for his teammates. Or not. It might just be the save. His team aren't even shuffling. If Dupree got a couple of kills, suddenly you'd be convinced, but right now he might just have to get out of there with his gun. It's a sad case for Astralis, a man down with the one-man B hold, ruined by Doto. And it ends. This is just a lovely T side. We were impressed at Astralis, winning the T half yesterday over Spirit. Well, I think ENCE are on to that and maybe more this time around.
Yeah, mate, the thing that I've loved so much is it's not like there's been any kind of grandiose, like really crazy calls coming in or anything like that, right? It's been a lot of these just, we'll throw some set smokes into A, we'll all explode in as 5 on the back of it. There hasn't been like a tremendous amount of this, mid-control or throwing fakes in. For the most part, it's just been grouping up as 5 and pushing a site, relying on the individuals to create the space. And really, I didn't think, that would be Astralis' weakness. I didn't think that is what they would fall over at, but they've not been able to really make a dent so far. This round was just one guy on ENCE. Like, remember, Astralis got the opener. Lucky Zorb chimes in with a kill in middle. Doto responds by just going, all right, look, you can't go mid, but I'll go B, mate. And now he's trying to do it again. He's feeling very, very confident right now, is Doto.
He's dropped that front smoke. That's not an Astralis smoke, that's his. He just didn't want them to push down the ramp, right, and take all this space. We saw, this is pretty standard. You can throw in those door smokes and you can get aggressive. They're going to do it in cave elsewhere. Hades with the orb. Oh, missed shot. But he knows about the prospect now. 1 kill, but not the double. Magiski's going to get the trade, but he tries to clear the corner and they take him down late from the door. VP-esque, backing out of B now. He's alone with the bomb and he doesn't want to lose it. It could cost him the round. Astralis haven't fallen for this, by the way. With Glaive now re-aggressing and taking back the cave control, Astralis kept 2 back at A. If they kill Bubsky, they might just try and plant. And that's when Lucky can cause all the problems. Bubsky, even 1 kill here would be absolutely massive. Snappy's selling a mid fake. Actually, that's a smoke from mid to the back of the A site. Bubsy's got the spot. Has he got the shot, though? Smoke down to try and buy time and help Lucky cover the cross. He's got him. taking down Spinks. Nice shot from Lucky, doubled up, and Bubsky there to close as well. That's a lovely A-hold. Astralis, couple of kills at B, does not deter them. Maybe they hear the water, right? We did see a bit of a run on the rotate there for ENCE. Always something to keep in mind.
Yeah. The water just needs to go.
Yeah, it needs to go. Just remove it. You don't even have to fix the bug.
No,
just remove the water from the map. There you go.
I mean, that's
Problem
the
solved.
thing. I find it like, you know, sometimes, you know, people freak out about the smallest of changes, but I doubt there's going to be like a big group of people that go, we want the water put back in on Ancient.
Like, yeah, I'm going to rage every game I cast until it's done. Oh, that's weird. That's awkward.
Oh, no. They tried it. Okay, the Astralis did this loads yesterday versus Team Spirit. They triple B ramped push. Yeah. Clearly, ENCE are ready for this. Doto is holding it. He's just spamming a smoke, and they line up in it.
Again, that's his smoke. He's doing that to stop them from pushing. Astralis still, they come into that round with a game plan. They go, forget the smoke. We're still going to do it. I guarantee they're not doing that again. If that smoke comes down, Astralis are locked out of B aggression. Nice way of cancelling it there for Doto. And now Astralis, they are spread thin. They have to lean separate sites. Bubsky alone. And the orb at B, it can't cover his cross this time around. I can't blame Lucky for being here. Doto's still looking for the entry. Squad kill would sell the fake. Even a death would keep players here. He's exchanged some damage. He doesn't need to die. Now the A-play coming in. Bubsky's on 1 health. He's a dead man walking. He already knows it. That should be the round. Astralis looking to save.
Oh, it's about to get even better. Yeah, Hades just waiting on this angle. That's a freebie. Sure, Diha dies, but that's not the end of the world. And man, this is looking really impressive. Like this wombo combo of Doto and Hades, this is the thing that's making this feel so doable right now. Doto, over towards this B site, he has been a menace, bro. Every single time he's taken these ramp spawns, he's been good for an opening kill, and he's always affecting the Astralis rotations as a result. That round there, Lucky isn't in cube like normal, right? Isn't helping Bubsky over towards A, because he's had to rotate in and fill the void of the 2 players that die at B. And it's brilliant. Like, when Doto's doing this, there's 2 options for you if you're ENCE. You either use the space he creates and just cascade and go in on the back of it, you know, and pick up the pace with him as your point man, or you can fall off like we see there, you can slow it right down, and know that you're in the heads of Astralis. So now Astralis are calling it a pause. They are feeling a little bit out of their depth here. They've got to come up with some solutions.
Yeah. You know, they tried in that round, right? Their game plan was there. It was what worked yesterday in the B aggression, but now that's completely, you know, cancelled out. So what will be the way forward? We see a lot of teams, you know, while you can push cave, a lot of teams like to double mid early, get that util in. That util can be difficult. There's always gaps in smokes I even see still at pro level. And if you get that mid util in, you lock out ENCE out of their mid spawns, you can climb up ledge, you can start to poke and prod towards B, but you do need that cover on mid constantly. Players will always be lurking on this map. There's always going to be a T straying away from the pack, just trying to prod and poke and backstab. And we've seen a lot of that already for ENCE. Another gun round for Astralis, and this one matters most.
Yeah, something I think it's also important to note is that rarely in any of these rounds have ENCE attempted mid-control. This is a cool solution to Doto. Oh, but he's past the boost. I don't think they know.
Nope.
I just can't see this corner at all, and Doto just managed to get on past as Magisk was tucking in. So they disassemble that boost. They've even called for a rotation. Look at how paranoid Astralis are, man. Bubsky has now moved around, leaving that A-bomb site on Dupree solely, man. He's got to watch mid, and he's got to watch A.
This is fine, though, right? Like, you couldn't retake that A site. Dupree's still in a good position to get him for on the red timings, and if he ever wants to turn around and watch A, he comes over to Bubsky. Like, watch out on mid, care the top push, because Bubsky's even aware that they might be in the A site. But this is the B take. Snappy's got an entry, quick trade for Clay. He's going to try and go back to the ramp. Does grab himself a second before the orb removes him from the round, and now smokes come down for ENCE.
God, Hades with this AWP. Oh my word, he's just running them down. How did he just do that? He wasn't even looking the right way.
No, like a dead man.
I thought he was so screwed. I was like, oh, look, he gets this nice double, but it's all in vain. No, dude, this guy's fast as hell. Kind of fitted.
Nice, yeah, insane game out of ENCE right now, right? Like you gotta. I don't want to already start to, you know, hold ENCE back mentally, but while this is a great game on Ancient, I still worry about the rest of the series. I still wonder how these other maps will go. Right, Nuke is next. That's a Danish classic. Y'all have all played versus the 5 stacks. You've seen what they've got to offer. And so, yeah, and it's important that they do get this first map put in the back pocket. And dominantly, that would be quite a statement against Astralis. One save gun. And you could even justify a buy here, but you know, Astralis might just get the armor and save for that AWP, get everything in, all the trimmings, but right now, nothing's going well for Astralis.
Look at this, bro.
Yeah, great shots. Check this one.
Like, what was that?
No idea.
What even is that? Like, out of all the ways to have taken that fight, you picked like just the wildest method. And it's like he's already scoping and zooming in on the position before he's actually even clocked that Bubsky is there. Now we have a return to middle for ENCE. They've been shying away from this position in the last few rounds. They try to switch it up now. Snap dead to open this one up, and that is a rifle that could look to get retrieved for Astralis. But Doto is once again, dude, like, I don't know, dude. This guy at B, does it feel fair? Nah, not really.
Not really.
Oh, but the rest of the team are all dead in the water.
And there's a kit, so don't count Astralis
all these
out of this
guns are
round.
in middle, mate. This is, you know, it's free weapons to be retrieved. They've got an AWP on Lucky. He's elected to use the Deagle. He does this a lot. And, well, he will be on the receiving end of Doto, who's on for the ace. Just Dupree left to find. Doto, king of the B-bomb site on Ancient. He's about to die.
Clutch is on Diha. Not had to do a lot this game, but this is a true test.
It's the battle of the Ds, man. Yeah. Doto's dead. Dupree now one man left to find. It's big Diha all alone in the cave. And Dupree does have a kit, so he's going to tap on the bomb, try to bait the peak. Diha sees he's not on it. He knows he's not sticking it. And that information alone has won the round for ENCE. 9 on the board, and Dupree, he's running away. Diha hears him, but he won't be able to catch him. 1 point of health on Dupree. The difference between life and death there.
It doesn't really make much difference, though, right? It's not like money's been the problem for Astralis. They fielded plenty of buy rounds. That was a half buy. That was a bit of this and that, and they made it very close, but close, you know, that's not what you're looking for at this point of the game. You're 9-3 down. And sucks for Dupree there as well, right? He taps the bomb, but Diha peeks out from an angle Dupree's not watching, so he doesn't even know that Diha has called the bluff. He knows it's a fake. So there's no reason for Diha to swing wide. Doesn't get the kill at the end, but I think ENCE are very happy with that round. Great stuff out of Dota with 4. Smoke on the mid volley, and Hades, who's been quite the problem. He's looking through it.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's just like, right now, the only two that have been able to give us like big rounds, really, we're looking at like Lucky and Magisk, and even then, it's not in the same vein as what we've been getting out of Dota and Hades, right? With how these two can just take rounds in the palm of their hands. And look, once again, this orb bests Lucky in that head-to-head. Snappy holding this re-aggression, but will get caught by Glaive with the flash push. Mid control secured. The bomb's going towards B. I see Hades is pushing up through middle, and mate, like, this guy is wild. I love it. I love it.
With an AWP on his own, what a lurk. Now, okay, this is weird, because do you really want to flank with an AWP, or is he just going to wait to kill a rotate? He's hoping someone walks into his line of sight from A.
Oh, it's got to be to kill the rotation, right?
Yeah,
you know they're going to be scrambling to send players over.
ENCE need to draw that rotate, although it might just come to them for free. There it is. My goodness. Now, Astralis know their backline's open. They try and move forward to take space, and Spinks will not allow even just Magisk.
This is masterful right now at ENCE. It's like, oh, hang on a moment. Magisk might have just saved the day. He's dropped the bomb, and even though ENCE have got B, they have this flank. They need to deal with Magisk. Doto will trade it. Dupree was all the way over at the A site, and Hades is scoped up. He's just missed this timing. Dupree didn't see Hades either. Oh, my word. He will get out of there, right? Just not wanting to give this fight over. If you don't give Dupree a chance at the 1v1, he can't attempt the clutch.
Is he going to save, or is he just going back in from a different angle? This is going to take time for Dupree. Maybe he'll poke his head in, right? Get a quick kill with the AWP, and at that point, it's Temptation Station, but they're not considering it. Could be a freebie for Dupree. Dota turns back around. He knows the timings. Dupree looking in, and he's got the kill, but that's still not enough. He's going to give it up. He's going to save his AWP and give ENCE double digits in the T side. I say give. ENCE take it away. They demand it. And this is a fantastic T side right now from the international squad.
Yeah, what I was gonna say is like this cooling out of ENCE, like the protocols that they've had are so good. It feels like they are just one step ahead of Astralis at every single turn. They knew that by making noise outside of B, they would force a rotation into Hades, who takes that aggressive line. Look, he was so prepared for that exact angle. That kill was destined to be his. Then they know that once they lose that top mid control, the response from the players on B for Astralis is going to be to re-aggress, to try and take some control of Cave and, you know, try to get like a little stronghold in the site, essentially. And everyone is holding for that exact response. It was like at every single turn, ENCE were ready for what Astralis were going to do. And that round just looked brilliant for the ENCE squad.
Yeah, it sucks for Magisk as well. He has that nice double kill in Cave, dropping the bomb. But then think about what he mollies, right? He has one chance to stall that out with 20 seconds. He mollies the Cave side. He mollies the B side of things. The ledge side is the word I'm looking for. And well, both players are coming in from the flank. Doto walked up ramp, and we know Hades got that top mid kill onto Bubsky's rotate. So Magisk just kind of got trapped behind his own Molotov with nowhere to go and nowhere to hide. There's nowhere to go but up for ENCE. Oh no, how's that a miss? Bubsky, a sitter shot, not going his way, pushed back to 10, and he smokes it down. It's confusion now. No one knows where to look, no one knows fight. Dupree's got a gap, and he's using it well. Double kill, boost is up. If they try and re-aggress, they've got to be careful. Doto is right here, and the Astralis are making that same mistake. Doto's going to drop in, he can't double up. Glaive will get traded, 2-on-3, but the Orps are here, and they're finally starting to kick into action.
This is it, Hades. This is your time, buddy. It's not going to be easy. With the Orps already entrenched, Bubsky locks in that round for Astralis. 4 on the board. You know, ENCE, they try to throw in one of these Hail Mary A plays. I think, you know, the A take with the utility can feel like very 50-50 at times, right? Especially when you have a CT AWP like well entrenched over towards Temple. I think that can be a really tough spot to deal with. And the fact that they haven't been throwing this like Temple smoke to cut off the angle, a lot of the time they've been looking to fight for it. It left that sight line open for Bubsky.
I like how much Astralis fight for it, right? It got a bit dangerous on that re-aggression after Dupree's double, but, you know, they don't want to give it up. They don't want to get that into a post plant, and, you know, we see what happens back at B when we get into those retake rounds, and ENCE just lock it down time after time. They're still going for A, right? They're still doing it again. No fear from ENCE as they run smokes into the site. There's a wall down now. Only got to worry about Temple. That's one way of dealing with a donut, not smoking inside. Can still span these though. Bubsky waiting patiently, and he is going to give us the goods. Taking down Snappy first. Still got a gap behind the smoke. ENCE can't go any further. Bomb planted now. This is going to be a 5-on-4 retake for Astralis for the half.
Yeah, Bubsky has provided that man advantage just to help you out when it comes to moving in. If you're able to trade this evenly, Astralis could be onto a 5th. This means we need an individual to find something big. Sphinx opens up, traded once more by these AWPs. And the Orps, they're doing everything. That retake is all Orps. Oh my, that is nasty. 4 out of 5 come from the AWPs. They say you don't want a double Orp in the retake, but Bubsky and Lucky maybe look to prove that wrong there. Are 5 rounds going to be enough for Astralis? That's the big question. We'll find out in a minute.
Hey Future Pros! Taking mid as a T can open so many options while playing Ancient. Throwing mid smokes from spawn is quick, but also means you could be locked out if the CT's utility is on point. So these mid smokes I'll show you will be great for a slightly delayed mid take. For this mini execute you'll need 2 Future Pros, 2 smokes, and possibly a molly to be safe. Future Pro number 1. You'll be throwing the top mid smoke. To throw the smoke, position yourself so this wall meets the edge of this highlighted brick while crouched. Aim just below this dark spot on the edge of the shadow. Then jump through the smoke. Not too hard, right? Future Pro number 2. You'll be throwing the donut, Lara, cube, whatever you want to call it, smoke. To throw this, stand against the wall in the middle of this window frame. Find this gap in the trees and aim just to the left of the center of the opening. Then simply throw the smoke. Just like that, mid-doorway and donut will be blocked. A note for these nades, it helps greatly if you have a fellow T somewhat holding the B lane so you can't be peeked from the ledge area. Also, if you don't have early info on the cutout position, lob a basic molly in there as a sneaky CT could really ruin your day.
Rising game, grinders. We're ready to head into this second half of play between ENCE and Astralis. The map is ancient. It's very, very green. And right now, a little bit of ancient history for you, or maybe a bit of ancient Greek mythology. Hades, god of the underworld, he's looking real good right now. It's his second coming, and it's all the rage. That AWP on the end squad looking filth, Hugo.
Yeah, it's tearing through Astralis. We saw some nice double orbs near the end of the half, but now Astralis needs to pick up the pieces.
I'm already seeing double Berettas on Snap now.
Dear.
Dupree had them earlier on. Let's see if they fare any better for ENCE. If you remember, Dupree team killed when he had them.
Oh, that's the bomb as well. They try and do this fast mid take and up towards a donut. Lucky's going to grab it and get out of there pronto, moving back towards B. He's holding on. Snappy needs to do the same with the Julie spamming, and he's got one. That's something at least. He's only on 5 kills. He'll take what he can get. 4 on 3, ENCE up a man, can concede this B-bomb site. They do have the kit on Doto to retake. He's waiting to see if he can grab a kill before that point. Lucky almost gives it away. Going to fight for the site now. No smokes down for Astralis. They've got one in the bank. They're going to try and chase down Doto. Running out of ammo, finally dead to the Glocks. And now that should provide a plant here for Astralis. Can Diha do anything about it?
Oh, there's one. On the low HP Bobski, but he's sandwiched, double peaked between Lucky and Magisk. He's also walking into a sandwich, and no one wants to be the centerpiece of a sandwich. I mean, actually, I guess it all gets eaten. So, bad analogy there. Bad analogy. Minus 10 points.
But +1 for Astralis. They find a pistol. Yeah. If the comeback was ever going to happen, that's how it had to start. But this is... I'm still worried. You know, ENCE look really well-versed on this map. They look like they've done a lot of homework. And so, not necessarily on Astralis, but just on themselves on this T side. So, this force buy could flip everything on its heads. We had a force buy war in the first half that was won out by ENCE. Oh, and that's how it all begins, isn't it? Spinks with a quick D, gets out of there. Scot-free. No punishment here for Astralis. Molotov and Spinks will dodge it. Oh, he goes back in for more. He's hungry for a second. Taking a bite from the donut. Instead, Astralis, they navigate elsewhere, moving up towards top middle. This is being held, and now Hades hits a shot. So communication that watch out on your flank right now. Watch out on this A split. They smoked me off B side, and so Snappy comes in to try and do that. Even one shot to Glaive would finish the job, and he's going to hit it in the head as well. Dupree flashed out, and he is going to get the trade. That was massive. That was the bomb. It needed to make its way safe into spawn, and now it's all up in the air. Where do Astralis go from here?
Yeah, Dupree's all alone. He's calling for Bobbers to come on over and like give him a bit of of a helping hand here because he doesn't want to risk giving the bomb away in CT. Astralis are just going to slow down, right? They've still got 50 seconds, and this is only going to get wild if you start panicking. There's a reason they always say in times of crisis, everyone remain calm, and it's because when you're all panicked, the decision-making goes out the window. This slowdown leads to an A-bomb plant for Astralis. Both these players are low, and Sedoto, you know, he could still look to give this a little check, see what he can get away with. If he's not given anything right away, I imagine he just saves the AK.
Yeah, you never want to save in a 1v2, but no kit, 10 health, and Astralis could be absolutely anywhere. In fact, they are. Bubsky flanking middle. Doto's a dead man. Bubsky just needs to put the final bullet in the back, and there it is. Astralis up to 7. That started scarily with Spinks' Deegan middle. We thought it could get out of control, but Astralis do deal with the force buy, and that puts ENCE back on nothing. Got to play with the USPs now and wait for those guns to come out in the 4th round of the half. All right, we're seeing the beginning here for Astralis. We're seeing the recovery, slow and steady. Their T-side against Spirit was really nice as well, but we yet to see ENCE fielding weapons, and so we can't truly know how this one's going to go. Back to mid, they'll meet ENCE there, a couple of players, and leaning away from A as well. Got a little flash ready in middle. This is the flash I was talking about yesterday, right? Lobbing them in from CT spawn. You can't throw them from B or necessarily from the middle of the A site, but there are places as you get closer to middle, closer to donut, closer to B side spawn that you can flash mid. Doesn't matter though. All of this is negated by the fact that Astralis execute A. They've got the temple smoke, they've got the donut smoke, and they've got the site.
So D had just USP dinked Bubsky through a smoke. It shouldn't matter, right? It's only a tiny bit of damage, but it's softened them up for the Deagles, and that's also the bomb dropped in the open. Doto, Deagle out, more damage to Magisk, but not the killing blow. Magisk has kind of bailed you out here, now regaining control of that bomb. Dupree with his late lurk in through Cube. You know, Cube lurks was something that would sometimes missing for ENCE when they went for these A plays, and we saw that position come back to hurt them a few times. Dupree, very, very diligent, right? Comes in, mops up that Cube player. And now it's all left onto Snappy. This round, what's left of it should just be a formality, and there it is. Yeah, they hunt him down. Astralis are up onto 8, but now the guns come out for ENCE.
Yeah, this is the moment we've been waiting for, right? Hades, when he's had this AWP, he has been beasting on the T side, and, well, CT AWPing, I would say, is even more fun on this map. Lots of open avenues. You can play that really fast CT rotate AWP, right? Get a kill with Cube and then run back to B, vice versa. Lots of floating around on the CT side of this map, similar to Vertigo in that sense. Got that mid molly for Spinks. He's got the lineups. Some teams, some players still struggling with that. Double cave push. Got a bit of a gap, do we? So Monacy and the Academy League have little angles to view through that wood in the cave. Astralis even have a little one-way smoke on B on CT side. We didn't really see it used. They tried to boost over it at times, but not under. Mid now belongs to the Danes, though. Molly in the cutout and smokes on either side means Glaive can get all the way up in their business if he wants to. Magisk, meanwhile, looking for B plays. Spoken and prodding his way into the bomb site. Smokes and Molly start to land, and that's an opening kill coming in for Astralis. Still 2 more CTs here trying to fight for the site. Doto's tucked in cave, knowing he could be split at any time, but he's gone to Dupree. AWP now has to find something, or this is a dead round for ENCE.
Oh, well, if there was someone who could step up, who could fill this void, it's Hades. Oh, this is going on. Spinks has caught Glaive down in the bottom of mid. Flash sets up Lucky for that kill.
They're pushing through. They might go to A.
Yeah, but they're going to run into this double setup, right? They've only seen Spinks. They don't know that Deha is up close on the box. And uh-oh, Dupree, 13 points of health. He realizes the error of his ways now, tapping the bomb. ENCE running in through CT, and they're going to hunt down Dupree. It's 11 on the board for ENCE. Yeah. Great stuff out of that AWP on Hades again, right? He gets away with the double to try and propel them back into it. Spinks' mid-lurk, his decision to not commit to that after getting spotted, rejoin Deha coming in through CT, proves paramount in the end. right?
Yeah,
it means that both players are there ready for the push.
Yeah, they just expect Astralis see Spinks deep in middle, and they expect he's flanking up ledge, right? And so they think, oh, we're being trapped between two players. Let's hunt them down, or let's you know, kill one, flank through to A, and get the plant. Instead, they're just grouping. You know, I kind of like the idea as well. I've been calling it recently when we've been playing Ancient Pugs, that, you know, if you do see on the T side, if you're going for an A execute and you see that your opponents aren't heavy A, maybe they're leaning mid, maybe they're pushing in deep, and you lose to a flank down mid, then what you can do, once you get those A smokes in, is go through Temple and route through CT to B. Like, that's kind of the inverse of what Astralis just tried to do there. Sometimes works, sometimes doesn't, but it's something to keep in mind if you are getting flanked on that A side. And also, it avoids the pain of having to plant with the donut position. Always a problem.
Yeah, I just want to keep giving credit as well to Snappy and his calling here. Like, so often, right? I mean, in that round there as well, I don't know if Spinks' decision to flank, but I imagine that's just him individually. Like, look, I'll come group with you. We'll play this together. But it's like, ENCE have had such a good understanding of what the responses are going to be out of Astralis. That was the case in the first half, right? They were always one step ahead. That round was a very solid example of more of the same now on the CT half. And so Astralis, they come in with this buy. They all in this round. And they're looking for success over towards A. Just a standard set piece, right? Smoking cube, smoke for CT. Temple smoke gone in as well. This is more standard than the wall of smokes that ENCE throw. Is this going to work? Hades waiting in Temple, collects his free kill. No. The bomb plant is denied. The bomb getting denied, that's the biggest thing in the round so far. You know, like trying to recommit to a bomb plant now is impossible with these smokes fading. You need kills, and as they start to elude you, you can feel the round slipping away. Just lucky, and he is blindsided by Doto. You can see how scary that A bomb site gets if they're able to deny the bomb plant. Once the veil of those smokes is gone, or you're in for a rough time.
Both teams have had trouble in this game getting on the A site, even with smokes, right? With many different executes being thrown this game already. You know, that donut smoke as well for Astralis. Obviously, lineups are new. They're very hard. Everyone's still trying to get the best lineups, but the smoke doesn't go deep in the donut. It's kind of shallow. It kind of gives a wall for Spinks to walk out behind it and have some cover. So it needs to be deeper in the donut to deny that aggression. Spinks just gets to play through it. Snappy jumping, and he gets a double. Should not have gotten away with that. The nade certainly helps and pushed through A. Diha grabs one and evades capture. ENCE know this is an easy peasy round for them with Glocks on the other side, and so they are taking liberties, flexing their muscles just a little bit. And why wouldn't you? You're about to be 13-8 up against Astralis. Miss smoke. That clipping is always weird. I've been there myself. But Diha doesn't care. It's all a means to an end, and the end is near. Just going to make it so. Lucky having a great game. Top performer of Astralis right now, at least. But we need everyone stepping up in this next gun round if Astralis are going to hold strong in the rest of this map. Man, Snappy has smokes for, you know, different spawns, like it's mid-Mirage, man.
Yeah, no. I've been noting that as well. Like some of the lineups this guy's had, like he was also the dude who threw the CT smoke on A site from like mid.
Yeah, also it's because the spawns are more consistent on this map, right? You're just in a line when you spawn. You're just in one long line, so it's not like, oh, you know, oh, am I pushed forward? Am I a little bit further back? No, it's pretty basic. So that's a really cool idea of getting smokes out instantly. Means you get that A main control for free. They won't play it forever. They just smoke Astralis out and go back to leaning B. Hades leaving middle. Oh. Ouch.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's very, very exciting because, like, with Hades and Dota being this good, you almost forget about, like, some of the other names, right? Like some of the other guys here. Spinks, when he first joined this squad, nuts. It was like, damn, all right. Like he's bringing the firepower. Diha as well, I think, is another guy to look at. Really, everyone capable of putting up like incredible numbers.
Yeah.
Snappy, maybe someone who's a bit more focused on keeping it reined in, you know, like managing actually what's happening in the server.
Very experienced player though, right? Like coming in as an in-game leader, you got to keep that in mind when he's not having a great game individually. Well, that's not often what we expect from him.
He's a very pliable dude, right? And I mean that was why he ended up going in with this role with Yugi all that time ago. So oh look, Spinks gonna die after one, but it's traded by Diha, and he's gonna say keeping this A site under lockdown, but no.
Yeah, the volley.
I just bomb plant denied, and it's always an issue.
How do you do it on A? How do you ever get a bomb plant in any position?
I find it quite therapeutic watching this happen to a team like Astralis, and I go, oh, I mean, it's happening to them. I don't feel so bad that it happens to me every damn time.
It's crazy. It's just every look. There's no plant spot that's safe from anything. Like it feels like even the best plant spots, the JRES plant spot that we always tout as the best one because it's free from donut, still open to Temple, still open to main, still open to CT. The spam through a CT smoke, the line of sight is such a small choke point, it's easy to spam. Maybe a bit of a B rush in this follow-up round for Astralis as they are on a broke buy. Here they come with speed.
Yeah, straight in, not wasting any time. Time's not their enemy. Their enemies, they're enemies here. The bomb's going down, and they do get a plant out of this at least, so the extra cash injection's going to be appreciated. Lucky's Tech 9 flankers just missed this timing. He fired off a little too soon, so now they know they've got him trapped in cave.
They volleyed their in-game leader into a corner.
Of course they did. You can't let Snappy get all the kills here. Lucky, dead after one, and it's Snappy to defuse it right at the end. They give him that at least.
Yeah. Trapped him for a moment, but dear oh dear, this is an excellent game out of ENCE. I think a lot of teams are going to be starting to throw bans on Ancient the way of ENCE in these head-to-heads. Astralis, don't count them out of the series though, right? This is again a new map, one that ENCE have clearly put in the man-hours to. And so with Nuke coming up next, while ENCE have certainly risen above expectations already, it's certainly no free 2-0 in this series.
Well, this is it. Do or die now for Astralis. He has pushed up in A main. He gets flashed over the top. Oh my word! They're not gonna keep fighting this. Surely, there's a re-smoke down to keep that choke point denied to Astralis. And ENCE, they actually dissolve this like double A stack pretty quickly. Mid control is getting attempted now by the Astralis squad. A Glaive with that opener. He's giving them a little bit of room to play with here. Snap will catch a man at ramp and gets away from this mid crunch for a moment. Dupree doubling up has just secured a route into the B site. But look at Bubs all the way back outside of A main. What's the plan going to be with him here?
It's going to take some serious time if they actually
if they're actually committing into B.
This is scary. Now, it's fine. The smokes are down. They know ENCE have to play for retake. That Molly may even benefit Astralis as it delays the plant and gives more time for Bubsky to get set up.
This is all hinging, though, on getting the bomb down in the first place. And actually, Dupree's getting out of there. He's going, well, look, if Bubsky's walked all the way through A, we aren't going to look a gift horse in the mouth. Bubsky should have this round locked in now. So, yeah, it's a cool way of using this flank. If Bubsky got through A, as he did, you go back, you plant on the A site with a safe rotation through middle. They got the info that both players had rotated to B, and so ENCE are just going to save here. Yeah. It was nice, nice way to kind of mitigate the dangers of this round.
That's a good save. They don't have a lot of money. They have cash on both Snappy and Doto, so these two guns are very valuable. And so ENCE holding on to both of them means they can continue to buy up and give it another go. In the meantime, I mean, ENCE, they're no slackers. Ever since Astralis went 3-0 up off the back of the pistol round, ENCE have not dropped a round until now. 5 CT rounds in a row. And so they are more than comfortable in conceding one gun round and coming back in to close. 6 chances to find just one round. And if that doesn't happen, you've got OT to fall back on. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're not there yet. And this is what I talk about when I say the line of spawns, right, in CT. Just pretty standard. Nothing special. Doesn't vary all too much. Yeah, your spot will change every round, but as long as you learn on lineups for each different position, check out Hades. He's throwing it now this time. Or that was Spinks, rather. So the A main smoke is down. It locks Astralis out. Go right through.
Yeah, like it not respecting the smoke. And Diha learns about that lack of respect the hard way. Now, Hades is still waiting in the wings, and there's actually a third, I mean, a second player now, but it was a third player before Diha dies, over towards this A bomb site. It's Snappy over in Cube. Or actually, Spinks, rather. But Astralis, so once again, they're not going to just immediately barrel in. Like, they get that opener, and now they sit back, they wait. They know that ENCE are likely feeling the pressure.
These lineups are so scuffed as well. You're on the third green dot to the right of the left tree with the...
You got to find the leaf that looks like it's missing an edge, okay? Then you got to go 3 leaves down from that.
They are scuffed, man. Lineups are really hard on this map. All right, it's an A split. This is a really nice round for Astralis, right? They showed a lot of presence in main early. Lucky is now AWPing it, and he's going to go late as well, right? If the attention can get drawn from Astralis, or for Astralis, and they can get Hades' attention, then Lucky can try and poke them in the backline. Hades drops the bomb. It's picked right back up. Lucky is delayed. He's hiding behind the big box and trying to hunt him down. Hades stalling very well, but they're both behind boxes. He needs to pick an angle, and he needs to pick one now, grabbing Magis, and now looking back, he's found the AWP. How is Hades doing this round on his own? He needs no help. Finally put down. 3-on-2. Flank is in. Don't try and part. You'll get backstabbed. And from the front lines, it's Spinks here to close this map. ENCE pick it up with ease. Looking luscious on Ancient right now. This team is threatening Astralis and taking them to their map pick, where we've got to see the Danes pick up the pieces on you.